Some say it's more dangerous than drinking and driving, yet many drivers continue to text while they're behind the wheel. I'm Miranda Conning. You're watching WPTV's Ask the Attorney web chat. Joining me today for the first time is Shannon Perez, an attorney at the personal injury law firm of Lytle, Ryder, Clark, Fountain and Williams. And Shannon, thanks so much for being here. It's your first time on the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. And if you have any questions for Shannon or want information about an injury-related legal issue, you can use the form on your screen to submit your questions online, and we'll try to get them answered for you either during the web chat or shortly thereafter. This is a very hot topic right now. Texting and driving, Shannon. Are there any laws that currently prohibit drivers in I shouldn't just say South Florida, but in Florida in general, from driving and texting?
Well, Miranda, that's a great question. With all the advances in technology and more people texting, it's a growing problem. However, in Florida right now, it's not illegal. There are several bills in front of the legislature right now that they're in session right now that they're discussing, but right now it's not illegal. There are several other states where texting and driving has been banned.
Right, you said like, what, 20 other states?
Yeah, around 20, California being one of them, Texas, North Carolina, I believe New York. So it definitely is a growing problem that states are taking seriously.
Right, and so there's a good chance that Florida could follow suit as well.
Yes.
Now your firm handles many serious auto accidents. Any of your clients been injured by someone who was texting and driving?
Well, at Lytle, Ryder, Clark, Fountain and Williams, we have been handling several auto accidents over the years, many different kinds. We've dealt with lots of times issues of people talking on the phone while driving. Now with all these advances in technology, like I said, and more people texting, I expect that we will see more cases involving texting and driving.
With their fancy phones, like my BlackBerry. Is there, now here's where I think the difficulty lies. Is there any way to prove that someone was actually texting while driving?
Sure. At the firm, we have on staff paralegal investigators, and they work with the phone companies, and they get in touch with them to retrieve records that show, when text messages were sent.
Now, since there aren't any laws prohibiting that, how does that affect the case?
Well, this could have a great effect on a case, especially concerning liability in a case. Like if I have a case where my client was injured by somebody that was driving, and at the time of the accident, I find out that they were texting, then it's easier for me to show that person was negligent. That instead of looking at the road and paying attention, they were instead texting and not looking at the road.
So even if there aren't any laws, it doesn't mean you still can't be held liable.
Correct.
Right. Are there any known statistics about texting and driving? I know there's been a lot of talk in the news lately, especially within the last year, about that, and I think there was actually a PSA that gained worldwide attention showing the dangers of texting while driving. So are there any statistics about texting and driving?
Right, sure. It is very, very dangerous. Texting and driving, you're obviously taking your eyes off the road in order to text.
Right.
And 28% of people with phones have admitted that they do text and drive.
I would never believe this.
And what's even scarier is young teens, who all have these phones and fancy phones, and they're talking to several friends at once. 60% of teens have admitted to texting and driving.
Right, and they're probably the biggest texters of them all.
Right.
A lot of them, that's how they communicate. They even verbally speak in text language, right?
Exactly. So that's the only way they communicate, it seems. So that's very scary. And studies have also shown that someone who texts, they're 32 times more likely, their collision risk, is 32 times greater than those who don't.
32 times greater?
Yes, and
wow.
It slows your reaction time and everything, because you're literally taking your eyes off the road to send someone a text.
Right.
Or, reading a text. And I know more and more people are relying on text, and it's hard when you hear that little text go off in your car, but you have to resist. It's very, very dangerous.
It is very hard, because I've been in that position myself, so I can understand.
You wouldn't read a book or look at a magazine, so
why would you do that?
Why would you do that? It's very dangerous.
So can you describe the process that people can expect when they call your firm for help after an accident, regardless of whether texting was involved?
Sure. They could call Lytle, Ryder, Clark, Fountain and Williams, and ask to speak to an attorney. Say they were involved in an accident. Likely they'll be connected to an attorney, and we talk to people, take calls all the time, every day. Tell us a little bit about what happened. Hopefully we can help you. Sometimes we'll have people come in to meet with us, and other times if we can't help them, then maybe we can find someone who can.
Right.
And there's no charge to anyone who calls in to talk to one of us.
What kind of information should someone have offhand to make sure that they are prepared when they call your firm?
I mean, obviously general information about how the accident happened, where it happened, when it happened. Also, their insurance carrier, if they know the person who hits them, insurance carrier. Those are very important things to have, too.
Now, you mentioned that there's no cost to just contact you and find out if he or she has a case, but is there any cost to hire a personal injury law firm?
No.
Hire an attorney at your personal injury law firm.
There is no cost unless we make a recovery for the client.
Right. And a lot of people think that is the case.
Right. And please, I would encourage people to call. There is no cost. If they have a question or a concern, it is no cost to them to talk to one of us.
Right, and it's important to mention, too, you mentioned you have experts on hand, but you have experts all around the country that are available to you to research whatever your case may be, correct?
Correct. And like I said, the firm's been doing this for a long time. I have many contacts and many great people that have been doing this for a long time, paralegal investigators, nurses, all on staff in order to help people in the community.
Is there anything you want to add to just let people know who may be hesitant to hiring an attorney? Or
I would just encourage people, if you feel like you have a problem, if you have a concern, please give us a call. There is no cost to you.
Right.
We don't mind talking to anybody. We do it every day. And sometimes, most of the time we can help, or at least get you to someone who can help you. And then lots of times we have people come in, meet with them.
Right.
And then we can we can help you with things like dealing with the insurance adjusters, and you don't have to worry anymore.
Right.
We can handle
Leave the
that.
headaches to you, right?
Yes, yes.
I want to let everyone know, again, that you can always fill out that form on your screen if you have a question here about today's topic or any legal issue. Always feel free to fill out that form, and we'll make sure that someone does answer your question. Shannon, thanks so much for being here. Hope to have you back again.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll have an attorney from Lytle, Ryder, Clark, Fountain & Williams here every other Tuesday at 1:30 in the afternoon, right here on WPTV.com, answering the questions you submit online in the Ask the Attorney section of our website. So if we didn't get to your questions during the webcast, we'll make sure that someone does respond to you with an email with an answer. So make sure to get those questions in. We like getting them. Thanks for joining us.